On the news already. 23-years-old law graduate from Buckingham University who returned to Nigeria in January of 2021 to finish his law school program here. He was said to have been stabbed to death on the 12th of September 2021 while hanging out with a friend. Now, from the story, it was said that TJ got a phone call on the 11th of September from a friend to somewhere in Wuse Zone 4 in Abuja. I'm not sure, but it's being said that his family were not familiar with the friend. I'm hearing the friend name is Sani. The next day, on the Sunday, around 4 a.m., his family got a phone call from the police to come identify a body. It turned out TJ had been stabbed. When I first saw the news of a young boy who was stabbed to death at a hotel, I just figured, well, another day, another tragedy. In my head, I would fought, or he was with his girlfriend and they fought, and I just figured it was something like that because the blogs are not exactly giving all the details. So I figured I was going to do it as another content on my page until someone reached out to me on Instagram and decided to talk about this case. She claimed they went to the same church, and she also claimed she had the CCTV footage of the day the incident happened. And of course, I requested to see it. Now, I don't have the right to share the CCTV footage, so I'm not going to show it. What I will do is explain it to you guys, because the CCTV footage might just be one of the most horrible things I've ever seen. And I beg to differ. This guy wasn't murdered. This guy wasn't stabbed to death. Emmanuel Jackson was lynched. This young man here was lynched to death. So I'm going to be graphic a little, and trigger warning is in effect. If you have a light stomach, this is a good time to stop watching this video now. So the CCTV footage starts off at the hotel lobby. I'm not sure which hotel that is. I was told it's top rate hotel or top rank. I'm not very sure. In the lobby, you could see TORITSEJU and another guy. I want to guess that is the friend who had invited him from his house, who had called him out of his house. So they are in the lobby talking to the reception as though they wanted to see someone who was already lodged at the hotel. You could see TORITSEJU trying to make a call or trying to call someone, as if they were trying to call the person who they had come to see, to let the person know that, okay, we are here at the lobby. That was actually how I see it. Soon enough, they were done talking with the hotel receptionist, and I think they went up to see whoever they were supposed to see at that hotel. The next time we see TORITSEJU and his friend, they were coming out of the compound, out of the gate of the hotel, into the parking lot. So you can see them leave the gates into a street where cars are parked. So this is where things start getting really sketchy to me. I will come back to that his friend later, because I am suspecting him. Like I've said this before, and I say it every time on my page, the killers are usually not strangers, and the only way a stranger can successfully kill someone is with the help of someone who is not a stranger. So we see TJ going first. He was just leading into the dark street. So this video is quite dark, so the images are not exactly the brightest. TJ is going and the friend is behind. Then they go into a dark corner where you don't see anything. The next thing we see is TJ being held by someone and being stabbed in the stomach, as though he has been stabbed already and he's running down and the person is still holding him. Before you just know it, it's escalated so quickly. You begin to see about 2 to 3 guys viciously stabbing this young man. This young man is trying to run away. He's trying to go back into the hotel, but the gate is locked, so he runs around the back. But this man kept running after him, holding him and stabbing him. This is why I tell you that this is a lynching here. They kept stabbing him. They kept running after him, holding him, making sure that he doesn't get away. And 3 to 4 men are stabbing this man continuously. Emphasis on continuously. Man. Now let's talk about the friend that he was with and why I have a bad feeling about that friend. You see, when TORITSEJU and the friend were in the lobby, you could see that they were together. Although TORITSEJU seemed to do most of the talking to the receptionist, it was clear that he was sort of leading. I mean, if I wasn't told that it was a friend who had called him out of the house, I would think TORITSEJU was the one who had called the friend out, because it was clear that TORITSEJU was leading. The guy was just mostly in the corner in the background, just standing, while he was the one doing most of the talking to the receptionist. Now, when I went outside the hotel before the attack happened, there was this strange behavior that was giving this friend out. At first, I thought maybe the friend was trying to go to the vehicle, was trying to go to the driver's seat while TORITSEJU was going to the passenger seat. But seeing the video again, I have a very strong feeling that the friend knew what was about to happen.
Lovelies, do you think late TORITSEJU have eaten foods with palm oil that he now mistakenly stained on his clothes, even after him trying to use bleach, detergents and soap to wash it off, but the palm oil refuses to go off his clothes? Yes, my people, I'm trying to analyze this video. Or do you think his death is premeditated? Because this young man was said to have schooled abroad and he later came to Nigeria where he was killed. According to the narrator, True Crime Daniel, he said he was lynched. My people, do you really think that TORITSEJU is innocent of his death, or there are people out there who have been planning all this while he was abroad, looking forward for him to come to Nigeria so that they delete him, which they eventually did? Or do you think it's an insider who never liked TORITSEJU that sold him out as Judas Iscariot sold out Jesus Christ through kisses? My people, this is really touching. I came across this video on the 17th of November 2021. So I decided to share my own thoughts and views, because ever since I watched this video, I was really hurt. Even though I don't know late TORITSEJU, is this what the guardian or parents or whoever that have sent him abroad puts in their mind that yes, they will now come to bury their own son, flesh of their flesh and bone of their bone after graduation? Of course not, I don't think so. Or should I also say that TORITSEJU lived a kind of life which family and friends may not know who he really is, by disguising himself, trying to tell us that he is an innocent young growing man, but have already started eating with the devil, my people. So we shall get to the bottom of this. Definitely I will keep you guys updates, because they are still fighting for justice. The family of late TORITSEJU is still fighting for justice. Please, if you come across this video, don't hesitate to share, please, my people. So the voice you are hearing again is Dynamic Crime's voice.
Because as TJ and this guy comes out of the hotel gate, TJ is seen moving forward, and the friend is seen drifting. Like the guy was on his phone typing, and then he just went to the fence of the hotel. Like if you're looking at it from a close angle, it's almost as if they were not together. It's almost as if TJ was going on his own and this friend was another person just going on his own. The way the friend drifted from TORITSEJU moments before the attack, it gave me a Peter betraying Jesus kind of vibe. It was almost like he was trying to remove himself from him to let whoever was standing by, because these people who came to attack him were already in ambush. They were waiting for who they were waiting for to come out. And when you see the people attacking him, there was a moment where I noticed one of them looking back, looking towards the friend, sort of. Meanwhile, the friend there, I'm not sure if I was seeing correctly. Like I said, the image was not very clear, but you could see someone running away. So I figured that was a friend running away. Now, I'm not saying the guy might be 100% guilty, but he gave the vibe. You cannot be walking with somebody as your friend and all of a sudden just give a very long distance. You just stay behind, let your friend keep going forward, and then you move to a corner. Nah, it's giving. The friend knew what was about to happen. The friend knew that this was going to happen, because the four people or the people who attacked, they all gathered this young man here. It wasn't as if some were chasing after the other one. All 3 to 4 of them were on this one. This was who they wanted. It was clear that TORITSEJU was the person they were looking for. It was not an accident. It was not a mistaken identity. Whoever those monsters were, they came for TORITSEJU Emmanuel. I have never seen such viciousness in my life. These people stabbed this man like they were angry. They lynched this guy like it was personal, like he had done done something to them. At first I thought it was a robbery gone wrong. Maybe they wanted to steal his phone. The viciousness was extreme. The viciousness was just unbelievable. Because if you want to steal something or rob someone, if the person is running away, why are you still chasing after the person and holding the person back and you're stabbing the person? It's not a robbery. This was pure assassination. Now, I don't know if these people knew this guy personally, but I feel that those people were sent and paid to do what they were supposed to do. Because they must have followed this guy to that hotel because they were waiting outside. They were waiting for these monsters were in ambush. They were just in their positions, hiding behind the vehicle, waiting for who they were expecting to come out. It's either someone had told them that this is where this guy is, because that is the only way they would know that this boy is there. I was trying to make a video on this and I couldn't because I was traumatized by the CCTV footage. I can't share it, I can't send it to anyone, I don't have access to it again because I don't have the right to it. Police are currently doing their investigations. They will tell people, some of them have been arrested, and I guess the people he had come to see too, because in the video of the CCTV footage, I could hear one of the guys talking behind saying, okay, this was when he was calling me. At the time, TORITSEJU was making a call at the reception. I'm guessing he was the person in the hotel they had come to see. If this guy wasn't targeted for assassination, then probably they are just a group of bloodthirsty monsters moving around Abuja looking for who to just stab for fun. And if that's the case, everybody should be worried. You watching this video should be bothered. If you're living in Abuja, you should not even be able to sleep at night because there are vicious people out there looking for people to stab. Either that or these evil monsters were sent to kill this young man. And for what? So the police are currently doing their job. They say they're investigating. I hope they find these monsters soon enough. And the truth is, they probably won't be able to do it by themselves because this story deserves more headlines than it's getting. Tragedies like this are what causes protest in other countries. A tragedy like this is what will cause war. So I am not happy that this is not getting the attention that it deserves. This should be on front newspaper. Everybody should be posting this boy's pictures like, this was a lynching. This was not a murder. It wasn't one knife. It was several stabs. I don't know. I wish there was something more I could do other than talk about it. I feel like probably if I knew them personally, I might have done more. If I was in Abuja, God knows I would be marching to that hotel to get answers, even though I'm nobody. Because we need to know what happened to this boy. Everybody in this world deserves answers to what happened to TORITSEJU Emmanuel Jackson. It is not just him and his family's problem alone. We should all be concerned. It's all our problems. Find the friends and investigate the friends very well, because the people who did this to this boy is not far. Even if there were strangers who did the initial stabbing, how did they know he was in that hotel? How did they know he was coming out at that moment of time? What if he was going to sleep over at the hotel? Someone must have given those people the information that they needed to do what they did. We need to start the trend for justice for TORITSEJU Emmanuel. I don't know why it's not trendy. I don't know why this is not a big news. I'm frustrated that this is not as big as it should be. It's frustrating me that this is just another headline on Instablog. We should be concerned. Someone saw something that day and someone should say something. The kind of men that did this to these boys don't deserve to live amongst us because we're not safe. Those are not human beings. Those are not people with a heart. They don't have human feelings. What could he have possibly done? And from what I've read about him, he loves literature and poetry. So what could he have possibly done to deserve that kind of lynching? It's confusing. It doesn't make sense. I'm trying to wrap my head around it and I just can't. I hope this story bothers you as it bothers me. And if it does, talk about it. Get his picture and post it. We need justice.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna